11th is a very, very important class. Comes only once in life. भगवान करे एक ही बार आए. बार बार आई तो समस्या हो जाती है. Okay? That's the thing that I want throughout the session, my dear students. Your smiling faces is the most important thing that we want. This is not the age of getting too much of a stress into your brains, nothing of that sort. Don't be stressful, just have a smiling face, and that's all that we want. I just start with a small story, and the story goes something like this. There was this little kid called Little Johnny. Little Johnny always flunked mathematics. He was about 8 years old, and he always flunked mathematics. Dad taught him himself, he flunked. Dad arranged for some tuitions, he flunked. घर वालों ने सोचा कि ये लड़का कभी पास भी होगा मैथ्स में कि नहीं होगा. One fine day, one fine Sunday, he was taken to the church by his father. And as soon as they were walking down the church, Johnny suddenly saw a man who was nailed to the plus sign like this. And suddenly he came back to home, opened his mathematics book and started studying mathematics. After 1 month, he wrote his mathematics exam, and to everybody's astonishment, after 15 days, the result was declared and he scored 100 out of 100. So he became the talk of the town. Everybody, the entire township or everybody in that mahalla, they just got together and asked Johnny, what's the big deal? How did you pass mathematics? You never scored more than a 0. So then Johnny divulged. He said, "Okay, Dad, you remember 1.5 months ago we went to the church." Yeah, we went to the church. What's the big deal? He said, when I went to the church, I saw a man over there who was nailed to the plus sign like this. I thought this time my dad is serious. If I don't pass mathematics, I'll be nailed to the same plus sign like that. So it's inspiration for somebody and it's terror for somebody else. Career is the same thing. Students, you study in India, you study abroad, anywhere you study, you got to study something. The life has moved on. It's not that 10 plus 2 commerce people can only do BCom, or 10 plus 2 non-medical students can only go in for a BTech program, or a 10 plus 2 medical student can go only for a MBBS program, or an art student just for BA. There are immense fields that you can go in for. Before I go ahead, I just want to play a small game with all of you. With the permission of sir, may I, sir? Right. It's not football, it's not hockey, it's not cricket. Otherwise, sir will say, LPU came over here and created a ruckus in our class, which I don't want to do. Okay? So students, it's just a simple game. It has a controversial name to it, but yes, it's a game which is called as Foursquare. Foursquare means I'm going to ask you 4 questions and you need to answer the 4 questions, but you need not prompt it. You just have to answer the questions in your mind and don't prompt it, don't share it with your friends. Rule number 2, if you get the answer, very good. If you don't get the answer, excellent. Means we are not going to share any numbers or any marks or any such thing. So should we start? Right, great. Look at the diagram carefully. Now I will ask you 4 questions about this square. That's a square ABCD. Don't worry, this is not geometry or something like that. It's just a simple game, a logical game. We have got a square called ABCD, and there's a sub-square called A, B, C, and D. I'm going to ask you a question about A, then B, then C, and then D. ABC has a central L-shaped kind of a gray figure. Okay, so let's start. We start with the first question. The first question is something like this, and it's pertaining to subsquare A. Divide the white area in square A into 2 equal pieces. This is subsquare A, the first one. That's subsquare A, and you have to divide the white portion, the L-shaped white portion of A into 2 equal parts. Can we do that? It's simple. Don't prompt. Okay? If people don't understand, let it be an example. So please check your answer. Is this your answer? Simple? Very simple. Now let's go to question number 2. The question number 2 says, divide the white area in square B into 3 equal parts or 3 equal pieces. Simple? Got the answer? This is the answer? Very simple. Let's go to question number 3. The questions are becoming difficult and difficult with the passage of time. Now let's go to question number C, and the question number C is something like this. Divide the white area in square C into 4 equal parts. Trust me, my dear students, when the first time I saw this problem, I couldn't do this question. Let's see if you people can do it. It's a tough nut. It's tough. Anybody who got the answer, raise your hands. Okay, well, we have a dearth of time. So let me share the answer. Compare your answers if you got it right. This is the answer. Okay, just the midpoints. Just the midpoints. Just join them and you get the 4 equal pieces. But now comes the most difficult question of all the entire questionnaire. And the 4th question, here it comes. That's a bombshell. Be ready, here comes the last question. Last question is something like this.